Great to be here.
Yeah, so very green weekend for crypto investors, but it seems what's sparking all this bullish sentiment right now is all about the Bitcoin ETF. So I'm wondering, what if they don't get a Bitcoin spot ETF? Does this all go down?
If you look at the number of institutions applying for Bitcoin ETF, it includes the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, and the rest. And these are big and major institutions that have a level of control, a level of control and influence as well in the marketplace. So I think moments from now, and if we don't have any Bitcoin ETF approval, yes, we are going to have these smaller institutions that have applied, pour out their public opinions and sentiments out there. But we won't see the likes of BlackRock pour out there because, they are big and major persons. They have a way of reserving their sentiments. But at the end of the day, when you see the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, all filing for Bitcoin ETF, you will know that at the end of the day, we are going to have a Bitcoin ETF.
Right. Gilbert, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think I lost you for a moment there. Gilbert, tell us about what happens if we don't get an ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF. Let's try and get Gilbert back again, or we'll try and get Gilbert back, but he was basically trying to say that there are a lot of ETFs, coming at this time. Gilbert, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I lost you for a moment there, but you can conclude your thought.
Okay, what I was saying is if we don't have a Bitcoin ETF approval any moment from now, we are going to see this smaller institution vent out their public opinion out there, unlike maybe BlackRock, Fidelity, and the rest, because these are major institutions. But at the end of the day, when you see institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, filing for Bitcoin ETF, these persons have influence in the market and they will know how to lobby their way around. I think at the end of the day, we are going to have a Bitcoin ETF approval, but if other possibilities that there may be delay, yes, I think there can be a delay. And what will happen is we'll see this smaller institution vent out their public opinion out there. And then we will have more of a public opinion through social media, have a way of driving the SEC to look bad. But at the end of the day, when BlackRock is involved, we will still see a Bitcoin ETF approval at the end of the day.
And there's still that argument about the market, being in a bull market right now. Some say it's not a bull market. But do you think it's this ETF story that's going to rally this market to what some investors are expecting?
Okay, interestingly enough, when we are trying to assess the market, if it has bottomed or not, if we are in a bull market or a bear market, these are probability-based assessments of the market. But yes, there is a science to it. I am of the school of thought that we have bottomed. I really believe the 16 I think key level was actually the bottom of the market. This does not mean I'm not still expecting some downside as well to come into the marketplace. But there are a couple of things that will actually drive us into what I will regard as the typical runway bull run. One is that the market has not had an independent driver, over a period of time. The independent what drive the market all this while have been macroeconomics. And why macroeconomics is becoming friendly, two major things that I know will become independent drivers in the cryptocurrency market. One will be the Bitcoin halving, which will be coming. The second will be the ETF approval. You could see when the tweet came out from Cointelegraph that Bitcoin ETF was approved, even though that was fake, you could see the sentiments that drove in the market. We saw how price moved, and the market technically even formed a cup and handle technically. And if that news was real, I think that would have broken us into the typical runway bull market. So why I still believe that we are about having an independent driver. Yes, the Bitcoin ETF is one. The second will be the Bitcoin halving, which is coming. This will lead us into a typical runway bull market.
Right. And it's a brand new week. What are you expecting? Any market moving data? I know we're expecting a lot of earnings, coming out from the big U.S. companies and some of those tech from the NASDAQ, the tech-heavy NASDAQ. So what are you expecting is going to drive sentiment for the crypto market this week?
Okay, first of all, investor sentiment is healthy right now. They are excited, seeing greens all over the marketplace. place. And technically, when you look, the market really looks bullish. But there are certain levels we should look out for, 32, 33K. That really seems like a resistance that need to be broken. And if we break that 32, 33K, then we may see a more movement to the upside. But yet I'm cautious. I'm very cautious for Thursday. We are expecting some data from the US, which we include where we could try to price in sentiments of the Fed's share. We're also looking at GDP reports to see how strong the US economy is, and also the consumption expenditure data as well. But this is making some market watchers to be cautious, because if there are sentiment from the Fed share, if we are going to have another interest rate hike, then this may drive us a little bit negatively. But overall, the market look positive and healthy. We may have some rally, but yet two things we should be cautious of. We have a resistance to break that 32, 33K. The second thing we should watch out for sentiment from the Fed share, so we know if there will be interest rates. So while you drive the green, you should be cautious and manage risks accordingly.
Yeah, cautious optimism. Thank you so much. So much data to look out for this week. Thank you, Gilbert Joekpata, financial market analyst. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so look at the top gainers there. We see chain link there, topping the counter this morning, $10.67.